Welcome to part 3 of the intimacy-gram, realms. Realms are the areas that we pass through in our lives day to day, week to week. We wake up at home, which is one realm. We get in our car and we drive to work and we have some time to ourselves, which is a personal realm. Then we spend a lot of time at work, which is another realm. So as you can see, we go from one realm to another as we go through the day and as we go through the week. Realms give us a sense of purpose, a sense of identity, a sense of challenge, roles, and fulfillment. I like to think of realms like a pie. Everybody has one pie, one whole pie. We don't have a pie and a half, we don't have half a pie. Everybody has one whole pie. And it's important to realize just how we slice our pie. We are always in transition. We're always taking one area out of our life and sliding in a new one. We graduate high school, and with that slice, it goes out the door, but we bring in a new one, whether we get a job, go on to college, get married. So life is about transition. Life is about sliding out one slice, sliding in another. Or maybe work starts to get very overwhelming or demanding or challenging, and that slice gets bigger. And as it gets bigger, something else has to give. And when we feel stressed, it's because these slices are out of balance. So the goal here with the intimacy-gram is to understand what each slice is, its role, and how big it is in your overall pie, so that if you're feeling stressed, you know exactly where to go in to do some fine-tuning to readjust that area of your life. Each realm, like a slice of pie, might be a different shape. And the realms fall into the following categories: spiritual, social, recreational, vocation educational, medical, and personal. And there can be a lot of overlap in these categories. If you decide to go for a hike by yourself, this could be something that's recreational, it's personal, and it's spiritual. If you attend church, that's spiritual and social. So these are just the different categories of our slices representing the different purpose that each one may hold. We can divide our realms into two types: the have-tos and the want-tos. The have-tos are the things that are kind of nagging that we don't really want to do, but have to do. And the want-tos are the things that bring us pleasure and meaning. So the goal here is to make sure that if we have have-tos on our list, that we balance them with want-tos. And ultimately, it would be great if we could take some of our have-tos, like work, and turn it into something we really appreciate and value. So when our have-tos become want-tos, we're taking one step closer to balance and serenity. Some of us would like to think we have more than one pie, and we try to fill our pie with as many slices as we can. And that can be very stressful, even for an overachiever. If our pie has very few slices and they're rather large, this could be a sign that maybe we're dealing with some depression, or maybe we're feeling unfulfilled. Everybody has a different pie, and how we slice it is going to be different from person to person and from time to time. And even if our lives are stable, maybe some of our realms have grown stale and they're not challenging anymore, and they're not satisfying. As life goes on, we create new realms for ourselves, new challenges as a way to grow and build our identity. This part of the diagram has to do with examining the different areas of your life, looking at how they add up and looking where the stress and the balance lie. There are 3 realms that I consider dark realms. Dark realms are the realms that don't actually lift us up and don't add to our balance. If anything, they create dysfunction and imbalance. The first one is codependency. This is where we have a person as a slice. Now, sometimes we might live with one person and that one person is in our home slice. But when we have that person as a slice, that's codependency. And there's a problem with focus and boundaries at that point, because then we're living for them and we're not living for ourselves. The next dark realm is addiction. This is something that takes our focus off the things that are going to lift us up and only create more problems in our life. Stop, don't eat that. It's made with limoncello. And the last dark realm is boredom. We decide we want to get rid of one of our dark realm slices. Let's say we want to stop drinking. So we look at everything that encompassed going to the bar, drinking when we got home, all the pollution in all the different areas of our life, and we take that huge slice and get rid of it. And maybe we replace it with Alcoholics Anonymous, maybe we replace it with treatment, but we don't always replace the dark realm slice with new slices that are the same size. Therefore, we're going to program, we're going to meetings, however, we've got this thing called boredom in between. And if we don't tend to the boredom, we're going to go back to doing what we did before. Before we move on to the actual diagramming of the intimacygram, make a list of all the realms in your life, the major ones and maybe even some of the minor ones. Make sure they add up to 100%. We're going to put this all on paper coming up, and you're going to have a diagram looking like the one behind me.